I would have liked to have gotten over much sooner, basically as soon as that lane opened, but it did get over, so that's okay. Okay, there are cars at the cross intersection. I cannot go. I mean, I technically can go now. Okay, and it's creeping out, and it's going. Good. Okay, good. Some cones here. Well, the fence is kind of slightly into the road, but it handled that perfectly fine. It's a wide section of the road that's unlabeled. Okay, this will be interesting because I have to turn left here, and I have a car getting... Okay, handled that well. I have to get over. I would be getting over now. I would already be over, but that's okay. I have a green arrow, so it should just go. And it is going. A little awkward there, but it made it. Not too bad. Okay. My next turn is to the right, so personally I would be getting over to the right lane already, but I'm about to be passed by a Tesla who wants to go a lot faster than I do, so that's okay. I guess we each have our own driving preferences. Change lanes. It is... cars are coming up behind us, so it's... I mean, it could make it if it wanted to, and it's a little more aggressive. I do have it in chill mode. There we go, perfect. Speed changes to 45 up ahead. There we go, and it picked up the speed. I mean, it's just leagues, mostly. You could drive on leagues, but slowing down a little more aggressively than I personally would. I would have started slowing down a bit sooner at this intersection, but it feels pretty natural and it's completely safe. Seeing all the cars around you and how far it can visualize. Very nice. Alright, we have a green arrow here, so this should handle this pretty smoothly. And it does. Alright, that wasn't too bad. A little bit of crap sliding around in the back seat, but that's just because there's a lot of stuff loose on the floorboards. Alright, so there are some poles or cones or whatever you want to call them kind of in the lane ahead that I have to get around first before I turn left. Wow, that's busy back there. Before I turn left up ahead. So let's keep an eye on how it handles that. Here they are, and it visualizes them and gets me in the turn lane. This is a weird green arrow, a weird left turn, because sometimes it will just do a blinking yellow, and sometimes it'll give you a green arrow. I guess that's not entirely uncommon, but let's see how it handles it. Alright, I have a protected green, so it should handle this pretty nicely. I do see a pedestrian along the side of the road too, actually, a parent and child. Okay, very comfortable. Hey, whoa, it looked like I saw that person walking inside a car for a second. I'll have to check that on the footage. Help us or not. Okay, I'm going to take over here just because we do have children, and I don't know what it would do here, but I'm not gonna risk it doing who knows what. Helps or hinders us. Slowing down pretty aggressively. It should yield. Okay, it should go. Yep, it's going. Alright, yeah. It could have gone a little bit sooner because the car that was in the roundabout was exiting, but it was appropriate to come to a complete stop for that particular scenario. Anyway, yeah. And I like that it started at 15 miles per hour. Not sure why there was the brake there. Being very cautious here. Creeping for visibility. But you can make the turn now. This is a very tight corner, so this is a stop. It kind of rolled through that, even though it's on. Okay. Not too bad, not too bad. There's a speed bump ahead. Although it's only going 11, so slowing down for... That's how fast I like taking the speed bumps. It says the speed is 35 now, which it will be when it turns left here. Tentacle is not sure which way it's going yet, so this is going to be interesting. There's a lot... There's clear from the right, clear from the left. I can go if it goes now. It's got to go and take it over. Okay, one disengagement because it had to go and it was not going. That's a tough turn. Visibility is limited to the left. I got lucky that there was nobody coming from the right though, so I was really happy about that. Okay, so speed limit is actually 20 because of school. It does not appear to be detecting that, so I'm manually slowing down. In fact, I'm going to take it off so that I can explicitly slow it down to full on 20 because it was not slowing down quickly. Alright, I will take over again and bump it back down to 20, although the school speed zone just ended, so that was actually a really short speed zone. I don't know why it's turning a signal here because it should be going through. It's come to a complete stop here and progressing. It's got the tentacle. Ooh, that was a little close on the right. Hope I didn't curb that, my rim. Jesus, I'm gonna have to check on that. Okay, I don't know what the fuck that was about. I have no idea why it's slowing down there. One thing I could think is, maybe it was slowing down because it saw some stuff in the road, like there's a lot of manhole covers. Maybe it was trying to dodge those or something. Second roundabout should be yielding. Alright, I'm giving it some accelerator because it needs to go, and there is a car behind me who's going to be wondering what the hell I'm doing otherwise. Okay. Other than the encouragement, not too bad. Alright, so there's two left lanes to turn up ahead. I usually get in the rightmost left lane just because I'm going to ride in the rightmost lane the entire way because the next turn is to the right. So we'll see what it does here. I've heard from others that it has a tendency to pick the leftmost turn lane. But no, this is the lane. Oh, there it goes. Okay, this is not the lane I like picking. It's okay. I've got like a mile before I need to turn up ahead, but it's not the lane I like picking. Another reason I like the rightmost turn lane here is honestly I feel like it's an easier turn. I'm not constrained by cars turning right. I'm not constrained by these cars turning right and this lane, and this lane. I only have to get to stay on the right side of this lane turning left, which is why I prefer to be in this lane. Green arrow. Progressing nice and slowly. Ooh. Okay, it handled that really, really well. I have to admit, my heart rate went a little bit up, but it did great there. Bit of debris in the road, it was fine with. I was ready to stop it from jerking over if it did, because I did not need to jerk over for that. So I'm really curious in this next right, because it's actually, it's not a typical right. There's a lane, a dedicated lane, that kind of curves to the right with a yield. It can be tricky at times. And then it also widens up into a really wide section of road right after that, because two lanes become one. And there's a large section of unmarked road. Yep, this is a good time to get over. Come on, car. Get over. Got your blinker on. You gonna get over or not? Alright, I'm disengaging and going ahead and getting over myself because what the fuck? Alright. And I don't know why it's... Okay, no, I'm disengaging because I don't know what it wants to do and I'm not happy with it right now. I'll re-engage after this intersection. Alright, we'll let it go again here. Interesting, the lights are off. I would have, I mean, if this was manual, I would keep my lights on right now just because it's rainy. Signal there was way too early because of this turn here. Now it would be appropriate to turn the turn signal off if desired. Alright. Yield lane. We've got a red light, which means it's going to have to yield, which means I'm going to be a little concerned here. Okay, it has to yield. Nope, it's starting to creep forward and it shouldn't be, so I'm taking over. There's a crosswalk. I'm on the crosswalk now, so that's kind of uncomfortable. But anyhow, we can go now. And I'm going to get here to see how it handles, because it has to merge here. It sees it. There we go. I guess this isn't a huge section of unmarked lane, but it really feels like when I'm crossing through this intersection. Okay. So that's a disengagement. It might have stopped, but it was creeping forward at a rate that I was not comfortable with. A little unnecessary slowdown there. Not much, just a mile per hour or so. Left turn here that is sometimes protected green, sometimes unprotected green. And geez, it waited way too long to get over, in my opinion. So it's unprotected right now. It can go after this car. And here it's going. And it cut that closer than I would have liked, but not unsafely close. And it did sort of correct back out right at the last second. It was definitely kind of cutting through their lane a touch. Their car was parked, or the car was opposite lane was stopped such that was safe. It was closer than I would have liked.